Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Puzzle Agent. This is Nova Persona. Last time we arrived at Snoggins, Minnesota to investigate why this eraser factory wasn't answering any of the correspondence except with puzzles. And so we met the sheriff and he told us to meet him over at the Moose Diner Inn. Or the Moose Ear Diner, or whatever. Here, it's right here. So let's go. Anywhere. No gum. Alright. So let's talk to this fella. Hey there, guy. Aren't you worried about falling off that ladder?
Excuse me. I see you're working on your sign. Is it safe for me to go into the diner? Excuse me.
Gotta fix the sign.
This guy. So you can ask him anything else. Let me help you with that sign.
Something wrong with your sign? I said, is there something wrong with...
You a cop? I ain't got time for cops.
I'm not a cop.
Look, I gotta get this sign fixed before it gets dark. I don't want to be out here after dark, if you know what I mean.
I don't, actually. What do you mean by that?
It's just a fuse, but I can't remember which one it is. Not with all the whispers in my head.
What? Whispers?
Get the fuse for me. I'm getting cold out here.
So the plot thickens. The repairman has forgotten which fuse he needs to use, even though he coded them so he wouldn't forget. Select the fuse that completes the sequence. I saw this one as soon as I saw it, so I figured it out as soon as I saw it. Do you know what it is? Click pause. I'm gonna play along. So, you might remember an episode from The Simpsons in which Lisa was the only person who couldn't figure out the puzzle on a lunchbox. Does that ring a bell? Well, it turns out that it's the exact same puzzle we have here. And this is the fuse. So if you look at these, each one of them is a number mirrored across its axis. Like that. This one being 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be an upside down 5. This is 7. And I don't think this one is mirrored across. It doesn't have symmetry in it. 4. Maybe like that. No, not even like that. So this is our answer.
That should do it.
Hey, what do you know? This ought to keep the little buggers away.
Little... what?
Well, I gotta finish getting this sign mounted. See you later. Well, we'll see.
So everyone's being very cryptic. Very cryptic indeed. Do you know anything about this factory?
I don't suppose you know anything about the eraser factory accident?
Don't suppose I do.
Do you know what happened to the foreman of said factory?
Did you know Isaac Davner?
Not much. Heard he had some kind of accident. Feel bad for his wife, Glory. Such a pretty girl.
I should really talk to her. Do you know where I can find her?
Yes, I do.
So, where can I find her?
Inside.
The timing for these is really good. I like the way they fill these awkward silences.
Goodbye.
Alright, so let's go into the diner. So, this must be Glory. Who are these guys? seem to like my presence. Let's go ahead and talk to these guys.
Hello, gentlemen. A bit early for a lunch break, isn't it?
Until the eraser factory opens again, Daryl and I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, me and Daryl got nowhere else to go.
Oh, that's great. Then you don't mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah. As soon as I get these bugs back in place.
What? Why do you have bugs in a diner?
You gonna help or not?
So obviously some of these are really jokey puzzles, like this guy having the bugs. Daryl's famous insect collection has gone AWOL. Box them back up again by stringing lines between adjoining points, keeping these rules in mind. Enclose all bugs using the fewest number of lines to draw a box possible. A box can be any size, but it must be four-sided. Bugs of the same kind can share a box. Each green grass grazer needs 3 squares of territory, including the square it's on, and each pink puddle paddler needs 2, including the square it's on. So you can take a look at this. And again, the object is to use the least number of lines. So I'm going to go ahead and start. If you want to see if you can figure it out, go and pause it. Use a dry erase marker to draw on your screen. I'm sure that'll be great. And here we go. So these guys each need, these green guys each need 3 spaces each. But to keep our sizes minimum, we'll do this to give these guys 3 spaces each in one box. Alright, let's see. These guys need 2 spaces each, and they don't have to be adjacent, so this actually works for that. Same with these guys over here, same kind of thing. Just closing them off like this. Finally, or not finally, but second to finally, these guys get their space right there. And each of these gets 3 if we do that. Alright, let's
Oh, look at that! He did it!
Yes. Now, will you answer my questions?
Sure. Fire 'em at me.
So, can you tell me something about what happened at the factory?
You two are employed at the factory. Would you say it's a safe place to work?
As safe as any other place, I guess.
Yeah, except the new wing is haunted.
No, it isn't. You better quit listening to those hippies.
Why do you think the new wing is haunted?
When the factory expanded, we built a new wing. A bunch of locals got angry we had to clear out part of the forest to do it.
Because spirits live in the forest.
You mentioned spirits.
You mentioned something about spirits in the forest. Really?
Depends on who you ask.
You won't see me out in the woods after sundown.
Well, me neither. But there ain't no spirits.
What can you tell me about the foreman?
Do you guys know what happened to the foreman?
Yeah, the lobster bit him.
Shut up, Daryl.
Who is this lobster?
What do you mean a lobster bit him?
He means Mike Lobb. Mike and Isaac didn't get along all the time. Had a little bit of a fight.
That's 'cause Isaac thought he was smarter than all of us floor guys.
Hell, he probably is.
No, he ain't. Just 'cause he's a college boy don't make him smart.
This guy doesn't know anything. Anyways, let's see. What happened to the repairman? And who is the repairman outside?
What do you know about the guy fixing the sign outside?
Randall Scruffman. Weird guy. He thinks the trees talk to him.
Yeah, but he sure picked the right line of work. He's gonna be employed forever. Stuff always needs fixing.
I think he looks extra hard for stuff to fix around here.
Yeah, so he can be close to Glory. She's the waitress here. Sweeter than moose milk in the morning.
Randall Scruffin thinks he hears trees talking to him. That's probably all we're gonna get from these guys, so thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Anytime.
What about this stranger over in the corner?
Hi there. I'm Agent Tethers with the FBI. Sir, you seem stressed. Do you know something about the factory you'd like to let me in on?
I don't know anything.
Sir, it's against the law to withhold information or lie to a federal agent.
Yeah, I'm into some stuff.
So, what's your name?
Steve?
Sir, I'm here about the factory. If you've got nothing to do with it, then however you spend your time doesn't concern me.
What kind of stuff are you into?
What stuff are you into?
I airlift wooden gnomes out of Scoggins. With birds.
To where? Why? How?
Black market trinket rings. Big money.
Couldn't you just use the mail?
Good question. Loner Steve trains birds to transport freight. Tonight's shipment just departed, but Steve forgot to note the quantity. Can you help determine the number of gnomes? Alright, so the rules for this puzzle are as follows. Each bird has a certain weight limit. Each bird shown is carrying the maximum amount it can. Birds may team up on heavy loads, each carrying what it can. Freight must be balanced evenly between the bird's two legs. So this is the puzzle. Can you figure out how many gnomes are in each of these boxes? What is the total? Anyways, the first time I tried to solve this puzzle, I didn't know if the weight was distributed 100%. For example, I didn't know if this bag went 1.5 over to this guy and 1.5 over to this guy. Turns out that's not the case. And this guy is able to carry one gnome on each leg. So this box contains one. Plus the 3 we have here is 4, plus these 2 that we know for sure 6. And so then, if we know that this guy can carry the 2, and we saw this guy carry 2, which is how we were able to deduce he would have a total of 2. Then this guy over here must be carrying 2 as well, and this guy must also be carrying 2 over here. So then we would have the 6 you had, plus 4, 14. And there must be 2 for this leg here, and 1 for this guy over here, and then another one over here. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 as our answer. No, not 4, 14. There we go.
Another puzzle solved.
So, does he have
How are you
anything
doing,
else to tell
Steve?
us? Oh, he does. What can you tell me about the factory?
There's nothing you can tell me about the factory?
I don't commingle with the factory folk.
You haven't heard about anything suspicious going on, have you?
Nothing more than usual.
What about these birds of yours?
Out of curiosity, anything else you want to tell me about these birds?
They're smart. I once saw a black-bellied whistling duck open a car door and steal a cream cheese Danish.
Wow.
Crazy. Loner Steve has an order of ceramic gnomes ready to ship, and here come his avian mail carriers. Draw lines to attach freight to the bird legs, keeping these rules in mind. So, earlier we discovered that a mallard can carry 2 on each leg. This time we're adding in an owl, which can carry 1.5, and a bluebird, which carries 1. Birds may team up on heavy loads, each carrying what they can. Freight must be balanced evenly between the bird's 2 legs. Lines can't cross where the shipment will be contained. Alright, so use your Sharpie to draw on your screen. Just kidding. Use a dry erase marker. Pause it if you want to figure it out yourself. Are you ready? Here we go. for this bag, which has two. Two takes care of these two. One, two. So we've got 4 here. 4 taken care of so far. Let's add this guy here. And this guy here. So now he has 1 on each leg. This bag has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 1 for this one. Let's see, 1.5 and 2. So this guy will have 2 on this leg, 2 on this leg, and 3 total for this bag. Yep. Alright, so let's see what else he can tell us.
Well, that wasn't so hard. How are you doing, Steve?
I guess that's all.
See ya, Steve.
Let's talk to Glory.
Excuse me, ma'am? Miss? Waitress lady?
Welcome to the Moose Ear Diner. I'll be right with you.
Can I help you with that?
Glory is distracted by the puzzle of food she's preparing to serve. Fit all the food items on the plate in such a way that none of them overlap to get her attention. So this is another one of those arranging puzzles. This one's very obvious right there. Let's see, where else can we put stuff? I'm guessing my carrots. I'll go up in this corner somewhere. Put the bacon bottom part there. There we go, we got that. Let's see if we can fit anything in there. Mushroom fits in there. Got some bacon. There we go. So let's get some quick like that. Got the cake. Oh, there we go. There's that. There we go. Sausages fit around the cake. Where would these go? Oh, that fits there. Oh, look at that. And there we go.
There you go. Delicious.
Thanks.
So, what's good here?
I don't know. It's all fine.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Glory Davner.
Oh, haha. So, I'm Nelson. Are you feeling okay?
Yes. No. I'm just thinking about my husband.
What's wrong with your husband, ma'am? Is he okay?
He will be.
Well, I'm with the FBI's Department of Puzzles Research. I need to ask you a few questions.
What do you know about the accident at the factory?
An accident at the eraser factory caused it to shut down. Do you know anything about that?
Of course I do.
What have you heard?
Well, nothing really. I mean, just that it was an accident like everyone says.
She seems awfully stressed. She might know something. Did you know the foreman?
The factory foreman, Isaac Davner. He was your husband?
Yes,
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's not much in my files about him.
that's okay. He's a great man. I'm so proud of him.
For...
Just so proud.
Oh, okay.
What can you tell me about the repair guy out there?
The repairman outside seems a bit odd. Anything I should know about him?
Well, I think he's got a bit of a crush on me, but he's harmless.
Could he have hurt your husband to get to you?
Oh no. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He even avoids stepping on rocks so he won't accidentally hurt any critters living below. I wish people wouldn't tease him for that, Daryl.
Let's ask her about any puzzles she might have at work.
Has the factory closure affected business?
Yeah, people tend to hang around here longer now that they aren't going to work. Normally, that'd be a good thing, but I've been pretty distracted.
I see that. Maybe I can help.
Alright, so this one. When these three couples walked into the diner, Glory thought she knew what each would order. She was wrong, and now she's forgotten who gets what. Here's what she does recall. Nobody ordered a meal resembling their spouse. One lady ordered a meal resembling the fish-eating man sitting next to her. Only one patron resembles his or her meal. The ham plate should be set down next to the banana split. Alright, so if you're playing along, you might want to pause this to memorize it. If you look over to this side, you'll see 6 different items that you've ordered. The buffalo burger, the onion rings, the fish, the ham, the chicken, and the banana split. Got it? Moving on. So these character designs are pretty goofy. You can tell that they are obviously just poking fun of the food combinations just to make a joke for the puzzle, and I really like it. So we've got a fish-looking lady, a buffalo-looking guy, a guy wearing an ice cream hat, this lady, that is obviously the chicken. Look at him, so chickeny. This guy looks very oniony, and then this very snouty, piggy-looking lady. So, did you figure it out yet? Do you know who ordered what? Let's go back and take a look at this again. So, nobody ordered a meal resembling their spouse. One lady ordered a meal resembling the fishing man sitting next to her. Only one patron resembles his or her meal. The ham plate should be set down next to the banana split. Now, when I did this puzzle the first time, I was considering each of these couples as kind of separate and sitting next to each other. So I didn't know that you could have this plate right here and this plate right here considered as being next to each other. So I first thought that one of these must have. So let's see. Can we arrange these like this? So the ice cream and the ham need to go together no matter what. And then the fish had to come over here. Now he couldn't have the fish because it would have been eating something that looks like your spouse, and that's just fine. And so the person sitting next to the fish, where does it say that? One lady ordered a meal resembling the fish-eating man sitting next to her. And so these onion rings can either go here or here. And so put these here. She can't have the hamburger, but the ham and the ice cream need to go next to each other. Like that. Am I doing this right? I don't remember. I'm kind of just talking. Now, let's see. Does this work? And I guess it's considered sitting next to each other also. Alright, so there's no cross except for here that is going across. So, what if we do that? Okay, no cross, no cross, no cross, and then ice cream next to each other. Is this it? I don't know if this is right. Let's see. Is it right? Is it right? Am I wrong? Last time, it took me quite a few tries to get it. But let's take a look at the official explanation. So Rule 2 says one woman ordered a meal resembling the man sitting next to her. The chicken woman is the only woman sitting next to a man besides her spouse. So it must be her since no one ordered a meal resembling their spouse. So she ordered onion rings and the onion man ordered fish. You could have figured it all just from woman number 2. I guess. So there we go.
That wasn't so tough.
Yeah, I guess not.
Could I have a bit more of your time, ma'am?
Sure.
I think that's everything we need to know. Alright. This guy
How are you
keeps
doing,
looking at
Steve?
us. Nothing.
See ya, Steve.
These guys. Nothing.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Anytime.
Alright, let's talk to the sheriff.
Hello, Sheriff.
Agent Tethers, good. You're here.
Yeah, listen, I wanted to ask you...
No time. I got a hunch about the factory. I got security camera records here of people leaving the factory.
Good. It'd be helpful to talk with whoever left last.
Exactly what I was thinking. I mixed up the photos so we can put them back in the right order.
What? Why would you do that?
You know how it is.
No, I don't. That's evidence.
That's hilarious. So let's see. So we've got to rearrange Sheriff Boggs' photos to show the order in which the factory workers left. And so this is pretty simple, plus if you want to play along. But obviously, there's no other footprints for this guy. Only one more set of footprints for this guy. This guy adds a third set of footprints, and by the time number 4 leaves, all those footprints are already there. So, looks like...
This should clear things up.
Yeah. That seems about right. Looks like the last one out was Mike Lobb.
You think he might have had something to do with the accident?
Probably. Why don't you head out to the ice fishing huts on Lake Svens? When he's not working, he's usually there trying to dead stick a lunker.
Got it. No, wait. Do what to a what?
Catch some fish. He's got himself a bright orange vest. Can't miss him. Anyway, to get there, you can take the snowmobile out to Sesame Woods. But you'll have to hoof it from there.
Not to Sesame Woods. Well, Sheriff, what can you tell me about Glory?
What do you know about Glory Daphner?
Foreman's wife. Poor girl, she's a sweet kid. Her family has lived in this town for generations.
Maybe she has something to do with the accident.
That's ridiculous.
It could be an insurance...
Now you just leave poor Glory alone. She's having a hard enough time without you getting all accusatory.
He got very defensive. What can you tell me about this factory worker, this Mike Lobb?
What was the name of the factory worker I'm looking for?
The last guy to leave the factory was Mike Lobb. Drive out to Sesame Woods, then walk the trail out to the ice fishing huts.
How do I get to Sesame Woods?
Is there anything I should know about the Sesame Woods?
They've got the odd wolverine in them,
What?
but they're probably hibernating or migrating or the like.
Well, thank you, Sheriff.
I better get back to it.
You betcha.
Now, can we take a look at
Excuse me, Sheriff.
What is it, Tethers?
I better get back to it.
You betcha.
We do have something on this part of the counter.
There's some tobacco on the counter. Smells like cherry. I guess the waitress hasn't been in much of a cleaning mood lately.
Alright. 85 written above the door. I wonder what that's about. Might be inconsequential.
The snow must be playing tricks on my eyes. For a second, I thought I saw... It doesn't matter. I'm on my way to question Mike Lobb at the ice fishing huts. But to get there, I have to go through Sasami Woods. That doesn't sound dangerous at all.
Alright everybody, I'm going to end this episode here. Next time on Let's Play Puzzle Agent, we head over to Sasami Woods and see if I don't know what's supposed to look like. We'll uncover the mystery behind the mysterious Jim Moore. Take a look at these footprints. These are probably bandits. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a thumbs up.